I know you and Shamea are super close. When we all were together, and I did mention this to Kelly, she felt like there was a time when you didn't want her to be a part of this group.
That's not true. If anybody has ever vouched for her, it's been me. And I showed her the list of the wives that I would think is be a dream cast, you know, and she was clearly on it.
Oh, wow.
Right? But I let her know, well, your husband doesn't want to film. So I explained all that to her, and, you know, I don't know at that moment whether she took it and believed it or not.
The fact that I know about it is still lingering. And I feel like she may feel that this is kind of like a lopsided friendship.
Wow.
And I said, you need to have this conversation with her. She said, I'm afraid.
Afraid?
She did say that there is some uncomfortable issues.
With me?
Yeah. She doesn't want to be looked at as Porsha's lapdog. Porsha, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not the...
I'm good. You ready? Shamea and I have spent way more one-on-one time than she's even spent with these girls. I can only take but so much. It just becomes a little overwhelming. If she even had an issue, I thought it was gonna be a situation where we would band together and nothing could come between us.
Oh my gosh, you really hurt.
Just exhausted. It was definitely shocking for me to hear I've been talked about behind my back by my best friend. But I have come to the conclusion that I don't have the bandwidth for certain levels of stress. So when it comes to some type of animosity with my best friend, I'd rather just sit that to the side.
Where's your food?
Oh, it's a nice gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Porsha sure knows her. She knows how to pick them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm glad that we have, like, some alone time, because I really wanted to just kind of talk to you about, like, yesterday. I went over to Angela's house.
Okay.
I was a little disturbed about what Drew said about you.
Shamea's gonna need to put on her big girl panties and bark up the right tree. She's been Porsha's lapdog for a long time.
Okay, she's still carrying on with that narrative.
I can't understand why she said that, but I can understand, like, how the conversation came about, just from, like, Porsha and Angela having a conversation, and Angela said that Porsha was in tears.
About
you. And about how you always run and, like, tell certain sides of stories, and basically, like, you're up Porsha's ass.
I love Porsha, and I consider her like one of my sisters. I just can't even believe that she would even allow a conversation like that to be had and not even mention it to me. That hurts. That hurts.
I'd like you guys to think back to a moment where you felt offense. And then I'd like you to see the offender, whether it's a person, a situation, or let out an audible sigh. Ah, let it go.
I invite you to affirm, I am releasing.
Why do you let me mess up your meditation? Because you're not meditating. Well, she said if you feel comfortable to lay back and close your eyes, do that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't feel peace, especially not right by the person that's not bringing me peace. Shh. She might not feel no peace either, hell. Might be choking her.
Release all your feelings.
Right, they just gonna come back up and get up. Was she talking shit?
Basically, everything that you told Angela, Angela went back and told Porsha.
You are stretch your arms overhead like you're waking up for the first time. Come up to a comfortable seat.
I'm sorry.
We hope that you all allow this loving kindness to linger as long as possible. We are gonna open our sister circle. Let me give an example. Cynthia, if you have something you want to say to Porsha, you'll say, Porsha, do you have space to speak to me about this? So whoever wants to start first.
It's Porsha. May I speak to you?
Sure.
I just wanted to say that I appreciate your apology the other day. You know, we're not going to get along all the time, but I hope that we can move on. Do you receive that?
I received that. I am glad that we both are hopefully moving towards a future friendship because I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Kelly.
I admire Shamea and Porsha both, and I admire your friendship. And I want Porsha and Shamea to really, truly have that conversation of how you both feel about each other. Everyone feels like Shamea is not able to really, truly shine in who she is because you don't allow her to be her best self.
I receive what you're saying, and I hate
said I
that
said
she
that?
feels like that.
I haven't talked yet, so I don't know who said that.
Angela and I spoke yesterday about Shamea, that she's the best friend, and I'm a bad friend.
How does hearing it make you feel?
It makes me feel like a piece of It saddens me.
I've never been the one to talk about my quote-unquote friends behind their back. So anything that was brought back to her that allegedly brought her tears yesterday, it has not been communicated to me.
You brought up that I didn't come to her wedding, and then every time Shamea brings you something, she puts, you know, a sauce on it. Like, she also went on to say, I didn't want you on the show.
Yes, I asked you about that, and you showed me your receipts of how you did not say that you only wanted me to be a friend on this show, how you want to be a housewife. Anything that these girls can tell you that I've said about you, I've said it to you, and we've had a conversation privately.
Get it out, Shamea.
I'm not an angel, for sure. I'm not saying that I have not said that our relationship has had challenges. But yet, if you come to me with some shit about Porsha, I shut it down. Have I not?
You definitely tell us.
But it's not reciprocated.
How is it not reciprocated? No one has said
Okay,
anything
girl.
about
Yeah, but your whole
you in this
energy
group.
is Why would you even think and question
listen,
that?
This is supposed to be a safe space to have a conversation. So when it comes to what Angela said, what would make you question the friendship or attack it?
Shamea, I just feel like you are afraid. And I feel like there are things that have been bothering you for a while. I will say this, I wouldn't have never known she didn't come to your wedding. There's no way.
The world knew, girl.
For the record, no, I did not go to Shamea's wedding in Kenya because a couple months or a month or two prior to her actual wedding, we were not speaking.
That's
I've
what y'all need to
apologized
talk.
for these.
1 second, you did not tell me that. You told me.
Mar, I told you that I could not sit in the front seats, right?
But I didn't know that we had an issue.
By the time we
Porsha, had you
started
shown
that
that you wanted to
speaking,
come, I
it
would've
was
bought
so
you a
close to
ticket.
your flight. You said that, but you know what? At the end of the day, it
I said
wasn't
that,
meant to
and
be.
you still didn't.
I was
Okay.
in your traditional
Anyway.
wedding that was here in Atlanta.
Oh,
That was
but
here
anyway,
in her
whatever.
traditional
Okay.
wedding
All
here
right,
in Atlanta.
Okay, I brought that up to say, how do you feel right now, Shamea? Shamea have been wanting to tell Porsha these things. She just needed a little push. I am advocating for Shamea to speak the up.
I've never allowed anybody to talk down about my friendship, and apparently that's not reciprocated.
You don't feel like Porsha hears you?
She heard you really loud and clear. How did y'all become so close to where you can now allow our friendship to be talked about with someone that you just were at odds with?